Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, YouTube, and in association with the Phantom Menace and the boardroom, we are here. We bring to you this meeting on June 24th, 2020. I am who? He, me, Etep, Wokuian, PWD, and the place to be right here on Goober Brothers Entertainment this Wednesday evening. Allow me to introduce your host with the most for the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, bow down when you come to his town. Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Cody.
Yo, what is up? Oh my God, it's great to be back tonight, boys. It's been a crazy couple weeks, but here we are, here to entertain you folks and talk about some nerdy shit. What's up?
Good to be here, man. Good to be here.
Who we got down below us? Who's that? Who's that big subscriber man? Who that?
Who that down there? That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Don. Bow down and pay your respects to the Don of 2 cents toys. Hail, Salvador.
Mr. 800.
Hi. Hello, salutation. It's me, Salty. The stream is bad, and you should feel bad. I last night sometime or early morning, depending, it all bleeds together for me. I hit 800 subscribers. So I think it was 801 the last I looked. So we're slowing down finally, which is no big deal. Is what it is. I rode the wave. Wave has crashed, and now it's time for the decline, as they say. But tonight, we've got some people running away from the Super Colossal Indominus Rex, which the review for that is going on the channel Saturday. And it's pretty funny. I have some jokes in there I think you might like. And Bogan's going to get him some. He's going to be like Marvin Gaye and get it on. So, because all of the dinosaurs at Jurassic Park are female, and life finds a way. Bogan is that life.
There it is.
There it is. I feel like the people not using the Jeff Goldblum walking up on the giant pile of Triceratops shit is like a lost meme that people aren't using enough in their videos. Like, just superimpose like whatever you're talking about and him be like, that's a huge pile of shit.
Yep.
But now that I've said it, someone's going to steal it because that's just the way it works.
Now, do you think the Indominus Rex is going to come back for the new movie? Like, do you think they're going to just...
I'm not even sure if I'm going to come back for the new movie.
Oh, I'm already volunteering. I'm jumping on that grenade. I'm going to see it. I've been covering it, man. It's like it's like with Charlie's Angels and this bullshit. I'm not gonna Batwoman. I'm not gonna talk the talk and not walk the walk. If I say I'm gonna cover it, man, I'm gonna go see the shit. So I'll go pony up my money and go watch it.
Respect.
It's not something that I'm like gonna be angry about if it's bad. You know what I mean? Like, I like the original ones. Okay, the first and the first one was perfect basically. The second one, the third one,
I like
but
the third one.
they weren't terrible. Okay, I don't they each have their issues. But like I said, they weren't ever supposed to be monster movies, but Spielberg kind of did that, But he that was his creation, and he jumped the shark with it himself. So, that's his baby. He can do that. I mean, if anybody has a right to do it, it's the person. Should he have? No, because he originally, whatever. But I do now. I liked them. The new ones, Fallen Kingdom was like. It had some cool things in it. There were some pieces in it that were cool, but as a whole, it was just junk. I did like the Indoraptor. That thing was cool. That was really sweet. I bought that figure for Trey. That thing was freaking badass.
Aesthetically, I like the way it looks. Speaking of, it's either already out. Apparently, there's a couple Super Colossal figures. I thought it was just the T-Rex and this one. Okay. But I guess Blue has a Super Colossal.
What?
Yeah, there's a Super Colossal Blue. She's I think she's like 18 inches long or something like that, where this one's 37 and the Rex is 40. But the Indoraptor either has one coming out or it's already out. I don't know.
Shit.
It's the Jurassic Park toys is kind of hit and miss trying to find information on those. What I want is a super colossal mosasaur
Oh,
and a super colossal spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3.
dude, the Spinosaurus is such an underrated dinosaur.
It like to this day it still creeps me out looking at it because it's got like
Yeah.
even though like contemporary like crocodiles have the same kind of jaw feature and that doesn't bother me. It's something about its snout how it has that kind of weird break and almost like a beak in the front.
Yeah.
It makes me it's unsettling.
They got a giant one of those at Islands of Adventure here in Orlando.
Not
And you
anymore,
take a picture
boys.
next to it.
Lock and
Yeah.
load.
They got like I guess in the Jurassic Park area, they're redoing it, so they're adding more stuff to make it for like the new movies. And I'm like, God damn it, because it's all like stuff from the first movie, and then like
That's
hints of stuff from
awesome.
the third movie, and I'm like, this is fucking cool. And now they're making
Technically,
it,
it's all from stuff from the Cretaceous period and the Triassic period, so let's get that right. Actually, I don't remember
Actually,
that for sure. I just know that like the majority of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park were not from the Jurassic period. I remember
Yeah.
learning that in school.
isn't that funny?
Hmm.
It's like, hey, we're just gonna assume the audience doesn't fucking care. We're just gonna throw all this shit together.
I don't
That
fucking care.
existed millions of years. I know me. I'm just like I used to know stuff like that about dinosaurs because I did. I really was into them for a while, and then like I just kind of like faded in, Now it's just like, oh, cool. Look at this. This is a bad motherfucker. That thing wasn't even real. I don't give a shit. It's bad looking, and he can target it with a laser. I mean it is like it's the mad scientist part of it, and I love the fact that Dr. Wu is going to be in this one too.
Hmm.
He has by far become my favorite ancillary character of the entire franchise.
Hmm.
I mean, he is just I like the actor anyway.
Hmm.
So it just I just like I just want to see this guy survive. I do because I don't know. There's something about him. I just want to see him survive this last movie.
Hmm.
My
Speaking
favorite
of,
character. Oh, go ahead.
I was speaking of quickly. Two things. The Dilophosaurus, last I checked, the frill is still out on that. They don't know, and it never spat tar or anything. They know that for sure. That was added to the movie. Second, my favorite kind of ancillary character is Robert Muldoon, the game warden from the first one.
Yes,
He actually survived in the book.
I've heard that.
Yeah, the book is dramatically different. Like, Hammond is like a dick. And Ian Malcolm gets killed by the confrontation with the T-Rex in the book.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so Lost World, the book was only written because Spielberg and I think it was Paramount does Jurassic Park were like, hey, we need a sequel. So he like just cranked that sequel out as a book and brought Ian Malcolm back, and they made the movie out of it. Excuse me.
Wait,
But,
what? They just went, hey, never mind. We're gonna re-alive him.
Yeah,
He's
and
alive.
today, so as many know, San Diego Comic. You know what? Never mind. We'll put a pin in it. Stay tuned for when we go to Toy Talk.
All right, all right. Well, gentlemen, I think we should move on to our first topic, and this is going to be the second time I think we're going to be doing it. Celebrity death match. So for the audience, these are the rules. We all pick each a celebrity death matchup, and then each of our winners at the end will face each other in a three-way fight, and then we'll each vote who wins.
Got
So,
it.
Pete, you want to go first? Sal, you want to go first?
I'll go last.
Pete,
All right. This is like an odd matchup. It's a lightweight matchup, though. I'm gonna go with Ty Burrell versus DJ Qualls.
I know you're speaking English, but I don't know who that is.
Okay, Ty Burrell is the father from Modern Family. He's married to Julie Bowen, the hot blonde that banged the son Silas from Weeds.
Okay.
She's Ed O'Neill's daughter on Modern Family.
I've never seen it.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull up a picture of him. Well, do you know who DJ Qualls is?
Nope.
Okay, have you seen the movie Road Trip?
No.
Oh,
Wait.
fuck.
Road Trip, the comedy movie?
Yeah,
The
with
Road
Tom
Trip?
Green and
Yeah,
Breckenmeyer.
like back, what was that, like 2001 when that came out?
Yeah, DJ
Yeah.
Qualls is the skinny this skinny kid that sleeps with the larger black girl in the black.
Oh, the dude with the big honker.
Yeah, he's got a big
Okay,
nose.
yeah, he was
He
in
was in the
the
new guy.
core, and yeah, the new guy, the core, and Supernatural.
Yup.
Okay, I know who that is.
Let me see here. Hang on. I'm looking up Ty Burrell. Yeah, they say he's the dad of Modern Family. All right, let's see here.
Is he the heavyset guy?
No. That's Eric Stone Street.
Okay,
He was the one that was on American Horror Story too.
gotcha. Wait,
All right.
the heavyset guy or Ty Correll?
Yeah, the heavyset guy is Eric Stone Street. It was him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Here you go. There it is, right there, Cody. This is Ty Burrell.
Oh, okay.
That
Yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yep.
Looks like J.J. Abrams' cousin.
He does, except he doesn't have a penis nose.
He looks like they took John Hamm and Zachary Levi and like smashed them together.
All right, Chuck.
So generic white guy with dark hair, got it.
Yep. So him and DJ Qualls.
If they lightened his hair a little bit, he'd be a good fuck. You know what? Green Lantern, Hal Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Like an older Hal Jordan that's been in the core for a little while. So
I want the John Stewart. We ain't got the John Stewart one. We were talking about this the other night, though.
they're gonna make Green Lantern, but it's gonna be Kilowog the whole time.
They need to just do like you said, the core, the Lantern core. But yeah, so that's mine would be Ty Burrell and DJ Qualls. Now in that, I that's a tough one to call. DJ Qualls seems like he would be like a very like a scrappy.
Yeah.
You remember the dude from the old ass UFC fights that like used to jump around like a monkey? And he fought the big fat guy.
Yeah. Fuck. What was it? He had the Bully Beatdown TV show.
Yeah,
I love that fucking
no.
show.
I'm talking way back UFC. But yeah, I know who you're talking about. The Bully Beatdown show guy. I'd never really actually seen him fight. I've just seen the show. But I know the but there's another little dude that used to, this is way back in like the 90s in the UFC. He used to jump around like a little monkey, dude. And I think he was in a fucking movie too. But yeah, I think DJ Qualls would probably fight like that. And Ty Burrell would be like 30 style boxing, like fisticuffs. He'd have like he was boxing a fucking kangaroo. He'd have him like put him up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think DJ Qualls would probably win. He just seems like
DJ.
He seems like he'd probably get nasty.
He's going to be the wild card. Like, have you ever seen Delta Farce? Like, he's running around crazy, robbing people with a samurai sword, eating Slim Jims. He's a fucking crazy ass.
He's definitely gonna get his nose broke.
Oh yeah.
There's no amount. Him and Adrian Brody. There's no amount of guard that's gonna protect that.
No.
Unless he has those big fucking city carnival big ass boxing gloves or something.
But the only thing about Ty Burrell is this motherfucker is like could just be like laid back, just kind of sitting back on it, and DJ Qualls would come flying at him, bro, just like pop, pop, and he snaps his fucking elbow. I mean, who knows? Dude could know, like, was that Krav Maga?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't know. He doesn't really come off like you would, but that's exactly the kind of guy that probably would. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. It's like I said, it's tough. It's a tough decision. But I'm still gonna have to go with DJ Qualls on this one.
Gotcha.
I'm saying Qualls over Burrell.
I'm going Qualls. Who you got, Sal?
I'm gonna say DJ Qualls. Yeah.
Okay. All right. DJ Qualls. Who do you got?
Say again.
Who do you got? Who's your matchup?
Oh, my matchup. I'm going to kind of go the opposite direction. Actually, it's going to be a kind of a heavyweight match. I'm going with Amy Schumer.
Ooh.
and an industrial-sized can of Hormel chili.
Some good chili.
So, with no can opener.
It's the same thing, though.
The Hormel is thick and delicious. Amy Schumer's thick and spoiled. I mean, like spoiled, like past its date. Yeah.
So we got to think about this, logistically. The can of chili, which is industrial size, by the way, so we're talking like a 5 to 10 gallon can of chili, has no can opener. So, and I don't know if you ever tried to bust open a can with your bare hands. It's very difficult. There's a lot of slamming and usually a thing of concrete involved. So, that being said, the can is inanimate. It can't move. It can't really defend itself. But Amy Schumer, I think, upon seeing this, 10-gallon can of chili, is going to go, to her primate brain and become animalistic. It's going to be like apes around the monolith, just jumping around and hooping and hollering at it. And I feel like she may try to unhinge her jaw and swallow it like a boa constrictor, and will end up choking on it. So my money's on the industrial-sized can of Hormel chili.
I figured she would just sit on it.
Well, if she sat on it, it would probably just be like that episode of South Park.
Like she's a magician.
Disappear. Like Mr. Slave sitting on Paris Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
It's like throwing a can of Campbell's soup in the back of a school bus. It would just work. Like, I want to say Amy Schumer just because she's not a can of chili.
Mm-hmm.
But if it was like, I don't know, maybe a can of green beans, I would say the can of green beans because that's a vegetable. So
She lose interest.
She lose interest.
She would forfeit.
I give up. This has less calories than me.
I can't gain weight from this. I'm done.
I have nothing to gain from this.
I feel like her husband is like Peter Griffin in that one episode where Lois just keeps getting fat and he's like, more, eat more. I need you fatter. I need you larger.
I want to bang your elbow fat. Oh, God. Amy Schumer versus a 5-gallon can.
Let us know what you guys think in the chat.
An industrial-sized can of Hormel chili.
Industrial size.
We're talking like shipped into cafeterias around the country size.
Where are you getting your units of measurement from? Did you say a desk of Cheez-Its? A drum? A pallet of grape jelly? Where are you buying these at?
A hammock of cake?
I want a fucking hammock of cake. That's how the Hormel chili beats Amy Schumer. It lures her into her death with a fucking hammock full of cake, but the strings are loose.
Now, the other thing we're not thinking about is during the course of this struggle, that label's going to fall off the can of chili. So she's no longer going to be able to see red. So I don't know if she'll be able to read the small print on the can or not.
She can read?
I'm assuming. Either that or it's done to her Indiana Jones style where they give her fucking lines to her, like syllabically or something where she just repeats it.
I figured they, like, when she was on set for movies, I thought they just, she would act out kind of like how they do with dogs and cats in, like, movies. They have a guy behind the camera just signaling them.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I thought, but
I thought they were back there. They were back there coaxing her to do her lines with cookies on a string. There's like just behind the camera. There's like a fucking Oreo or something just dangling there. Fucking deep fried Twinkie.
Get back on the X. Get back on the X, Meg.
God, that sounds fucking good. That's all my fat ass needs right now. The deep.
Of course, Keely Chow puts the freaking emoji of pizza on there, and now I'm even hungrier. So thanks, man.
I just made fucking some big ass fucking enchiladas too.
Are we turning into Amy Schumer?
I think no. No, God. I've never had athletic sex with Dolph Ziggler, so not that I can remember anyway. So no. He's not really my type. I don't know.
Dude, I mean, I'm gonna go Amy Schumer, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going with the can of chili. Because she's gonna get all sweaty and it's gonna be like a fucking pig fucking fighting a fucking sack full of pennies, man. It's gonna look hilarious because the can's gonna get all slippery.
Yeah, she's gonna get all sweaty. It's gonna be like a greased up watermelon in the pool.
Yep.
Now, can it move on its own? Is it like a magical can of chili or just the regular?
It's just a big ass can of chili.
This is the can of chili's got this all day.
I feel like she's gonna like exert maximum effort for about 3 seconds and then get tired and take a nap in the ring.
She might lose weight doing this. You never know.
She just lays down. Amy sleepy.
Yeah, I feel like the can of chili is gonna take it just on TKO.
Yep. It's gonna be like Betty White fighting Mike Tyson.
Mm-hmm.
She just outlasts Tyson.
I can just imagine this like in a boxing ring or an octagon, and they like ring the bell for the rounds over, and then you just see the chili just slide on over to its side.
The cut man's got to go over and roll the chili over to the corner and set it on the stool. They're splashing water on it. They got a towel wrapped around the chili. Amy Schumer's over in the corner, slumped over, looking like she's got her fucking ass beat by Apollo Creed. Fucking, heaving and shit. She's fucking, sweating Crisco and bacon grease and shit. And
somebody illegally slips her a can opener. She just puts it in her bra.
Foreign object. Mills Lane comes flying out of nowhere and fucking scissor kicks her in the back of their fucking ham hocks.
I understand that reference.
Foreign object. Yeah, foreign object, but they're not talking about the can opener.
Talking about her lumpy butt.
Like a sack of pudding wrapped in cellophane.
Yeah.
Looks like they injected a Hannah Montana figure with pudding.
Oh God, yes, I'm going with the can of chili.
All right, so we're gonna go with a can of chili. I think I spelled chili right. All right, so my matchup is gonna be one for the ages, and pretty sure everybody else will agree on this. But Michael Cera versus Jesse Eisenberg.
I think Jesse Eisenberg's going to take it.
I think Michael Cera always looks like he's hiding something, so I think he might have the upper hand, but you never know.
I think he's hiding that micro penis.
Probably.
Wait.
Or he's hiding the fact that he was dating Aubrey Plaza for like 10 years.
Well, shut the fuck up. Really?
Did he really?
Yeah,
wait, Michael Cera?
Yeah, they were together for like 10 years.
Jesus Christ, dude. She's fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what the fuck? How?
Wow, dude.
Juno wasn't that great.
I always get Jesse Eisenberg and Michael Cera confused. And Michael Cera was the one that was on Arrested Development and in Superbad.
Yeah.
And Jesse Eisenberg was the one that played Lex Luthor
in Zombieland.
In Zombieland, yeah. Yep. Which I loved him in Zombieland. Lex Luthor, not bad, not horrible. There's always John Cryer as Lex Luthor in Supergirl.
There's always Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor in Batman and Superman Returns.
Oh God.
Yeah. But so
Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor looks like an Apple Store genius just auditioned and got the role.
Yeah, that's basically it. God damn. Man. I'm gonna have to go with Eisenberg. Eisenberg looks like he could be a little more vicious if he needed to be. I'm gonna go with Eisenberg.
I think Eisenberg as well, because I think he could throw a punch.
Mm-hmm.
Given his probably small amount of training, but some training he received at Zombieland, I feel like he can throw a punch probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree on that. I mean, Jesse Eisenberg, he looks like he could. He at least has like a small percentage of body fat versus Michael Cera, who is just he just looks like he was in a concentration camp.
But Michael Cera did do Scott Pilgrim, where he fought 7 evil exes, so maybe he might have some fighting prowess.
I don't know. Have you ever seen him in This Is the End?
I haven't.
I think I fell asleep during that movie.
He basically he gets blown to the bathroom while doing coke while drinking a Capri Sun, and he just slaps Rihanna, and then Rihanna just punches him back, and then that's it. And then he falls in a hole and dies.
Oh, good.
No, he gets stabbed by a light pole.
That's what happened to Chris Brown. Oh wait, no, it's not. Never mind.
Ew. No, wait. He doesn't slap Rihanna. He grabs her butt or something,
Mm-hmm.
or smacks her butt or something like that. She sings and then he's like super high on coke. It's a good movie. You need to go watch it.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I think we're all in agreement that Jesse Eisenberg would probably murder Michael Cera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Eisenberg.
All right, so here in the chat, here's our results for this three-way championship duel. So we got DJ Qualls versus a can of chili versus Jesse Eisenberg. This is a tough one, boys. We went with the nerds and a can of chili for this one.
I'm gonna say can of chili. Because the other two are going to be busy fighting each other. They're going to tire each other out. One of them's going to knock the other one out, but not before the other was too tired to actually fight the can of chili.
Yep.
Jesse Eisenberg's pretty smart, or at least he plays it off that he's really smart. So I figured like he could figure out a way to open it without a can opener.
Probably.
Well,
oh god.
Well, we'll say what's going to happen is Eisenberg is going to knock Qualls out, and he's going to go to pick the can up. He's going to trip and fall on Qualls and hit his head on the can of chili and knock himself out, and then the chili's going to win.
That seems plausible.
Possibility. You think DJ Qualls though might, open the can of chili and then use the top of the can to like cut Jesse Eisenberg? Because I feel like he would do that, and then eat the chili as a little victory meal.
I don't know.
Like he would use it as like a saw blade. And
if he's that savage, he might be that savage. I don't know. DJ Qualls does seem like a bit of a wild card overall, but I don't know. I don't know if he has that in him.
Like he looks like a meth addict, so the meth might give him powers to do that.
If he's like a really like a meth addict, or if he does like PCP or shit like that, I mean, you're gonna have to shoot him in the heart 3 or 4 times to put him down. So yeah, there ain't no stopping if he wants to get that can open. If he's on meth or something like that, yeah, he'll gnaw through that fucker with what teeth he has left, if any. But goddamn, man, that's tough.
It's a tough one. Everybody in the chat, what do you guys think? What are y'all taking? You taking DJ Qualls? You taking this Hormel's chili, this big can, Sam's Club or Costco size, or Jesse Eisenberg, who has played some good roles, some mediocre roles.
Not as good as Amy Schumer's roles.
And those are bountiful.
She's transcended from rolls to French baguettes.
There's some Texas Roadhouse rolls, my man.
Oh shit!
Land O'Lakes butter rolls.
I'm going with the chili, man. I'm still going with the chili.
I'm feeling the chili.
We got some can of chilies in here.
I got the chili. I gotta go with the chili.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with chili too, I guess, because I mean the other two probably can't even get laid, let alone open a can of chili. Look like they haven't even had any protein, so going with the chili here. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first non-living winner for Celebrity Deathmatch.
First inanimate object winner.
I'm confused as to how that happened, but I like it.
It makes sense.
I'm not mad at that. It does make sense.
It's good booking.
That was a good move by you.
That's good booking.
I'm gonna have to get that can of chili's autograph after this. Fuck.
What do you do? You got something that fucking weird. You put the fucking weird thing over. The fucking people love it and they eat it up and they pay for it.
In an interesting turn of events, by the time all this is said and done, Amy Schumer's going to think someone emptied a can of chili into the back of her pants. That's right, folks. Poop jokes.
This is where we're at. Ladies and gents. Ladies and gents, hello. Welcome back to the channel. It's me. Oh, wait, never mind. Sorry. That's another. I gotta be honest, man. Like, I had fun making I gotta make a music video out of that little clip when I did the creator spotlight of Sal's channel for the collective. when I did your intro, like, what was it, like 4 times in that video, Sal? I was like, I want to set this to like the right kind of music. I'm gonna like hook it and like remix it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because like it's like let it go, let it get bap, and then play it. It was just fun. It was fun making that video. And now look at I'm just happy to see where the channel's gone, man. Congratulations, bud.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Yeah, you're absolutely killing it, man. I mean, I'm excited to see what your next big video is going to be.
Who knows?
I was looking back at some of the first episode of the show, the live shows on my channel. Sal was on the second one. Cody was on the first one. It was me, Cody, MJ, and Adam on the first one, and yeah, Sal was on the second one, and yeah, it's funny, man, because those were on Google Hangouts. It's such a different. It was like such a different look. That feels like forever ago, and it was like literally like just barely a year ago.
Yeah, that's true. If I can Google Hangouts, goddamn.
Yeah, like that shit was like gone. We started streaming live, and it was like Google Hangouts is gone. I was like, oh shit, like what?
Mm-hmm.
And StreamYard just popped up, and I was like, oh, this is fucking easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like this has been nice, man. So it's really streamlined things for us. I mean,
yeah, Google Hangouts was a headache.
Oh, it was. It wasn't as bad as Anchor. Anchor was
Anchor was the worst. Holy shit.
Oh god, I'm so glad I stopped using that. I still have like 40. There's still 40 episodes available for streaming on Anchor of the Place to Be Reviews podcast, where it originally started is all on Anchor, and then the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel was the plan, but it just took a minute to get there. And yeah, so there's a lot there. Yeah, Cody was on an episode of that we had to stretch into two nights because we lost 3 hours worth of footage, and
my microphone kept shitting out, so it wasn't even like working.
It was a pain, but yeah, that just seems like forever ago now.
It was
like the Comic-Con.
It was almost a year ago.
The Comic-Con that me and MJ did was like last weekend was a year because I was getting all the pictures on my timeline, my memories and shit.
Yeah, when Trey won the costume contest.
Motherfucker up there dancing like Baby Groot and shit. Little OG.
Man.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So Sal, what you got for us, man? You got some toy news for us?
I do. So today, I didn't learn about it till it was too late. So as people know, just harkening back to Jurassic Park real quick, San Diego Comic-Con has been canceled this year. With Comic-Con comes a lot of exclusive toys that you can only get at the convention. So they hide these exclusive toys behind a paywall of first the price of admission, and in a lot of cases the price of travel and lodging. So you're going to spend, I don't know, anywhere from like $800 to like $1,200, depending on if you have to fly or drive, or cost of hotel to be close, or even if you do fly, when you get there, cost of like an Uber or a taxi to and from the event, or public transport, whatever. Regardless, it's a substantial price tag in front of it to then buy con price toys, which are like $40. So today, what they're doing now is these toys are already made, they're already produced, and then it was canceled, so they're releasing them online as con exclusives online. And Jurassic Park, or Mattel, who owns the license for it now because Hasbro kind of lapsed on it, they are releasing sometime this year a Nedry and Dilophosaurus 2-pack, which is okay, I guess.
Yes.
Nedry doesn't look at all like Wayne Knight, like not even remotely, but the Dilophosaurus looks pretty cool. With that in mind, was it NECA maybe? No, it's still Mattel. They did a different Nedry for the convention. They did him in his Hawaiian shirt. You see, no one cares. Dawson, we got Dawson here. Like, so they have him with various little accessories, but he comes inside of a Barbasol can. So you unscrew the bottom and you pull it out, and that's where the figure's at. They sold out instantly. Like, instantly, because even though it's a convention exclusive and there's no one there to buy the figure at the convention, they still didn't make enough and they sold out. And I don't know what the original price is, because when I went, it just said sold out. Like, if there's a price there. Actually, let me confirm this real quick, because I don't remember there being a price, but let's see. Let's see. Jurassic Park Barbasol Dennis Nedry action figure 2020 convention exclusive. The price was $20. So that was pretty nice. Nedry comes with a little plate with pie on it, comes with his little, duffel bag, his own little Barbasol can. He's got a Hawaiian shirt on, some blue jeans and sandals. And doesn't really look at all like him that much. So $20, right? Easy day. That's about standard fare for a normal kind of figure. Caveat to that, so they're not out yet. They won't be physically released until July. And already scalpers are on eBay selling them for $85, $89, $100, $120, and they don't even have the figures in hand. But they're already charging 4 to 5 times as much as what it originally went for. Because scalpers are fucking scum. So that happened today.
What does it look like?
It just looks like it's Nedry in his Hawaiian t-shirt from that scene.
Okay.
So, and also in other kind of letdown news, on Monday, so Hasbro has been doing this Fan First Friday for a little while, and I guess they like the alliteration of Fan First Friday. I don't know, but they habitually kind of miss the mark on a lot of things. Like, they'll make these big announcements like, oh, these are all these figures that are coming out, these are these toys that are coming out, and you guys are going to like them, you're going to buy them because we know you, which is not always the case. Sometimes they really kind of miss the mark, other times it kind of blows people away. Well, they did a Fan First Monday 2 days ago where they announced a lot of Star Wars figures, quote unquote, announced new Star Wars figures coming out. Among those announcements was they said it's big news for the people that like the vintage collection, which is the 3 3/4 articulated, little figures, not the 5 POA, but like the actually articulated figures.
Mm-hmm.
And they've been kind of treating that line like a stepchild for the last 10 years. Like, they haven't really been doing a whole lot. Like, up until Monday, they basically only announced 5 figures for the entire fiscal year for 2020, and they've only released 2 of them. So people are feeling pretty slighted about it because most of their money is coming from the 6-inch line now, because a lot of collectors are older. They like the 6-inch figures or, whatever. So, among their announcements was the vintage collection Chirrut, who was played by Donnie Yen in Rogue One. I want that figure because I like Rogue One and I like Chirrut. And they announced, finally, after I think it's 15 years they've had this line, they finally announced Bespin Escape Leia. So she has her little, white jumpsuit with the correct hair and the E11 blaster.
I saw that one. That one looks cool.
Okay.
But they're not releasing her until spring 2021.
What? Why?
Because that leads me to another thing, which I was going to save for last, but what they're calling their carbonite freeze chamber carbon freezing chamber playset, which is half of a playset. You get half of the little circle where the carbonite freeze chamber is, a set of stairs, a platform with some wire, and that's it for $50. It's basically like chicken wire and pipe cleaners for $50. And they're encouraging you to buy 2 to make the complete playset, to make the complete circle at the bottom.
Did you post it on Facebook?
I did. I
said,
Mom, can I have a Bespin playset? We have a Bespin playset at home, and that's the one you have at home.
Yep.
So
Okay.
the thing about that, so if you look at the box, which I don't have it, so I won't be able to show you. The front of the box, the artwork is kind of at an angle, so you get the semicircle end at the front, and you can kind of see the figures kind of positioned around in that semicircle with the ladder going up or the stairs going up. I don't know about you, but you're going to need some pretty deep shelving units to fit it the way it's displayed on the box. Otherwise, you're going to have to display it profile, and you're definitely going to see where it ends, and it's going to look like half a playset. So they're kind of subconsciously making you buy two at $100 to make a quote complete playset. And their big selling point, they were so proud of themselves, is it comes with a stormtrooper. Yep, but it comes with an exclusive card back, so it looks like a storm. So the image is a stormtrooper from that scene on the card back. And I'm like, okay, well, swappers are bad enough already. I promise you, those people are gonna buy them, take the figure out, and return it. And the people at Walmart are gonna be like, okay, and they're just gonna take it back. So there's gonna be more often than not, you're gonna find them without the stormtrooper in it. I promise you.
I'm so confused as to why they would just do half the playset. Just do the whole thing, charge.
Because they know people are gonna buy it.
Yep.
They habitually feed people slop, and they just lop it all up because I love Star Wars. And it's like, do you though?
Yeah.
Because you weren't here. I call them big bangers. They're people that weren't Star Wars fans. They didn't care about Marvel until Big Bang Theory made it cool to be a geek. So they're once it fizzles out, they'll go back to staring into their bowl of Cheerios trying to spell words. But
I still do that. Yeah.
Hey, I got a message in my alphabets. It says, "Ooh, Peter, those are Cheerios."
The only other announcement that I'm actually looking forward to, they had what they called their fans' choice, which is they basically put up 12 different characters that were at one point or another, I think, yeah, they were all at one point or another released in the Black Series line, and some of them are fetching high price tags now, like considerably high. And they said that they would be updated with the face scan tech if applicable. And people chose Commander Cody, which
Hell
is good
yeah.
because he goes for like $200 now. So I'm hoping that they give him a removable helmet so we can get the updated face scan tech. But I doubt it. They'll probably just leave the helmet on. Now, that brings me to their little final, and they were so proud of themselves doing this too. They were so smug. Their final announcements, which they were very, very proud of themselves, were Boba Fett, Chewbacca, Snowtrooper, Darth Vader, and Dagobah Luke, all on the 40th anniversary card backs. They were very proud of themselves. Which would be fine if we didn't already have 4 of those characters contemporarily available in the Black Series. Darth Vader is being re-released in the Black Series. Chewbacca is currently available in a 2-pack with a C-3PO that you can take apart. The Snowtrooper you can still find on Amazon for like $15 or $20. Boba Fett gets released like 4 times a year. And then Dagobah Luke, I think it was 2 weeks ago, or Toy Fair maybe, was announced to be in a 2-pack with Yoda. So all their new announcements are figures that we either already have or are getting. And I'm talking like already have, like within the last 9 months already have, or contemporarily released currently. So, yeah.
Lucasfilm is so smart.
Well, it's not just Lucasfilm, it's Hasbro. I mean, they have a contract with Disney that they have to honor, and I don't know the legalese or the verbiage inside that contract, but various sources have said that Disney tells them what they can and can't make, or what they have to make in certain circumstances.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like Hasbro, I mean, they do what they can, but I don't know, that's pretty shitty. It's like you have some of like the original characters, and then you have like some EU and stuff. I know they had a Jaina Solo a couple years ago that came out, and then it's like, oh, here's 9 Chewbaccas. It's like, we don't need 9 Chewbaccas.
Yeah,
you already gave us the shower one, too. I don't want that.
But the flip side of that is that if they didn't have Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Chewbacca, like these Episode 5 characters on the Episode 5 anniversary card backs, people would lose their minds. And it's fine. Like, I get it. You know, you want to have the main cast on their anniversary card backs because, there are people who collect those card backs. I get it. but they were so smug about it. They were so like huffing their own farts, proud of themselves. And it's like these characters probably should have been in the first wave, and you probably should have saved like the Hoth Trooper, the TIE Fighter pilot. Like you probably should have saved those people for the last wave. So it's like, oh, here's figures that aren't contemporarily available for you. Like release the ones everyone knows coming at first, like the Darth Vaders and all that, and then release everyone else later. But because they came out swinging, like with the Dagobah R2, the Snowspeeder Luke, like they had some new figure. Well, I mean, Dagobah R2 wasn't necessarily new; he just had a new paint job, but it was something different that we didn't have already. And now they're like, oh yeah, here's all these figures that you can also buy in the Black Series. Great, like like if they'd done, I don't know, Han Solo in his Hoth jacket or something. Like, oh, okay, we haven't had that in a few years, and he's got updated face scan, and like I think the last time they released him was a 2-pack with him and Leia, and what was it, like the Northern Passage or something like that, when they're like, who you calling Scruffy, like that whole scene.
Oh, the North Tunnel.
Yeah, the North Tunnel. Like that they released that as a 2-pack. I think that's the last time we got him, and before that it was with the Tauntaun, I think, back in the Blue Stripe series. But it's like there were things they could have done instead of like, oh, here's Darth Vader again, because it's the same Darth Vader that's coming out in the Black Series, literally in like 2 months.
But I mean, there's so many things they could do. They could definitely do a Leia Bespin costume where she's in that like burgundy like
the
outfit.
Gown. Yeah. I don't think they've done her like that yet. And that was the one I voted for when they were doing the fan choice. I voted for Slave Leia. Because I have that one, but her face is not good. Like, they need the face scan on her.
They're not going to make another Slave Leia, because that's just so misogynistic if they do that.
Well, it'll never be called Slave Leia again. It'll be Hutt Slayer Leia.
Yep.
Oh, God.
Or Leia Hutt Slayer, or whatever.
Yep.
Which is fine. That's a cool name. But it's Slave Leia.
Mm-hmm. Always will be.
Yeah. So... yeah, it was a very disappointing Monday. Other than like 2 little like kernels of corn in that nugget of turd, it was very disappointing. So it was, especially the Bespin playset. It was just a blatant slap in the face to the fans. And the thing, people are gobbling that up too. They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get 3 of them." I'm like, I'm just gonna make my own.
And that's it too. I've seen so many like homemade play sets modeled after dioramas of the movie, basically, that are so much better than the ones that come out from the Kenner or Hasbro or what have you. And it's always really cool. Like, do you remember that one going around from was like Better Homes and Gardens magazine from the 80s, the Hoth one?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've seen that posted in the WCBS group a couple times. I think I even posted it once. I was like, it was just sweet looking. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was like the whole command center and everything. I mean, it was like, holy shit, dude. Like, as a kid, I would have loved to have had something like that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you can, if you really like, and I've seen the custom work, you can do, and it's like, I've got that Rancor pit started for Trey. There's a lot of shit I want to do to that yet, but I started making that just as like a gimmick. He like want to play with Jabba the Hutt and the Rancor. I'm like, well, I got to make a Rancor pit. So here, let me whip something together real quick. Mm-hmm. But there's, I really wish, like you said, like the fans' choice thing. I really wish like you could like just, if I could design, it's like kind of like, what would you do if you could design one toy? Like it would be difficult for me to pick one, but like I really have always wanted like a Star Destroyer that was modeled. You could make it like the same size as the USS Flag.
Oh Lord.
And I want like 3 of them.
Oh, my Lanta. Yeah, that's another thing they could do. Like, I don't... Speaking about, what are their other... They called it an announcement. It's not an announcement. It's a teaser. Like, oh, we're going to do another Vintage Collection HasLab project this year. I'm like, that's not an announcement. That's a tease because you didn't say what it was going to be. Yeah. Like, that's hardly... That's like, oh, next week I might go to Subway. Okay. Like, how am I supposed to be excited for it? Like, and that's the thing. Like, the last time they did a Vintage Collection HasLab project was the Sail Barge. And the buy-in was $500, which is pretty steep. I'm not going to lie to you. but now they sell secondhand for $1,500, $1,700, $2,000. Like, they could just re-release the sail barge at retail and people will buy it. You know what I mean? Like, clearly people were, like... HasLab is one of those things where they feign like they're not going to get their funding, and it's in, like, the last, like, 8 hours is when they meet their funding every time. But, I mean, Cookie Monster didn't meet its funding. Cookie Monster failed, and they don't talk about that. But it's like, clearly there's an interest in the sail barge. Like, if people are able to charge that much secondhand for the sail barge and people buy it, re-release it at retail for $500 and people will buy it. You'll sell out immediately. Because I'd much rather spend $500 instead of $2,000. I'll tell you that much. I don't have anywhere to put it, but I don't know. It's just, it's not a good time to be a Star Wars fan for the toys, I guess. So
You're probably better off. I mean, they're probably better off making a Sesame Street Star Wars line than just some of the shit they're coming out with now.
I suppose. I think so. That was something I wanted to do for tonight's show, but I'll tease it out and see what people say in the chat, or what we can come up with is who would we like to see made in the Black Series that hasn't been made yet.
Yeah, that would be a really good poll.
And my top two at the moment, just off the top of my head, my top two are Ayla Secura and Kiari Mundi.
Ooh, I figured you would say Kit Fisto.
Kit Fisto's coming out this year.
Oh, really? Oh, isn't Plo Koon coming out this year?
Yeah,
Fuck
Kit
yeah,
Fisto
dude.
and Plo Koon. Otherwise, those would have been my top two. I'd like to see
Yeah.
Stacey Tin too, but
Ooh,
I like
yeah.
Kiari Mundi and Ayla Secura a little bit more.
Sayasi 10 doesn't get a lot of love.
He was.
I'd also like to see the super battle droids made, or the droidicas.
The droidicas would be sweet, especially how seeing how they unfold.
Mm-hmm.
Like what kind of articulation that would have. That'd be really neat.
And also, there's rumors floating around, nothing confirmed yet. There's a couple Instagrammers named like Yakface and people like that. They keep posting all these rumors, but nothing ever seems to get confirmed, at least from like the 4 that I've been shown. They're like, oh yeah, it's going to get confirmed on Monday, and then nothing of what they said got confirmed on Monday. Supposedly they're dipping their toes out into the Clone Wars cartoon and making figures from that. Allegedly, is what's coming up. Because I saw it was like Clone Wars, Ahsoka, what they called a Maudalo. Yeah, Maudalore, which I think is the Mandalorians that were subservient to Maul with their red armor and the spikes and shit. So they're dipping their toes in that right now. But from what I saw for Clone Wars, the figures that were announced were only from the Siege of Mandalore. So I'm thinking they can only make Clone Wars figures from the Disney era of Clone Wars. Which really sucks, because I'd love to see a Trench figure.
You think they would make a Clone Wars Season 7 Ahsoka with the 2 blue lightsabers?
That she was, it said C as it was listed, because they list things in abbreviation, so it was SWBLCW, which is Star Wars Black Series Clone Wars Ahsoka. So I think they're making a contemporary Ahsoka. Hopefully she's not in that fucking denim flight suit.
I hated those episodes. Oh my god.
But how cool would it be to get like an Admiral Trench or whatever with the fucking like droid pinchers and shit and his metal arms?
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big figure though if they do make one of those.
It would be what's called their deluxe, like the Gamorrean Guard or General Grievous or the heavy armor or heavy infantry Mandalo was considered a deluxe figure.
Yeah, like the one sequel trilogy character that I always see in stock at Target that never gets sold.
Yeah.
That
Vice,
big goof
Vice,
looking
Admiral,
one.
Vice Admiral Gender Studies.
No, she's a regular figure. I do see her periodically.
Oh,
No, he's talking about What's His Nuts from the Solo movie. Yeah, he's old. I see he's like 5 or 6 deep at every Target I go to.
It's embarrassing. I'm just like, damn, man. I'm sure every kid that walks by this thing's like, Mom, I want everything but that.
I went to Target 2 days ago, actually, and I saw 2 Rose Ticos still sitting on the peg.
No.
Yeah, I almost bought them, but they were still full price.
Oh, Jesus.
If they'd been on like double clearance for $5, I probably would have bought them.
Yep, like I ain't paying full price for a fucking Rose Tico. Get the fuck out of here.
So
I can buy a dozen of these on eBay for $2.95.
yeah, so figures like that though is where Hasbro's like contractually obligated; they have to make those figures, and you'll notice that out of all their new announcements, nothing from Disney, like the trilogies or really anything other than Chirrut, has been announced. They have a few Mandalorian figures coming out, like they have him in his Beskar armor, but I feel like we get mostly original trilogy, like the same like Han, Luke, Leia, Chewie, Vader figures over and over and over again, because people keep saying we want original trilogy characters, and that's all they make is those ones, instead of kind of doing offshoots and being like, you know what, let's finally make a Mon Mothma. We already getting an Admiral Akbar this year finally. Like an episode 6 Admiral Akbar, not the episode 8 one. I think he was in a 2-pack with someone else or some shit. And they're starting to do the damn Ewoks.
Yeah.
We're getting Tebow.
Why?
Tim Tebow?
I think is his name Tebow? I don't know. It's he's the gray Ewok, with the white stripes.
Yep.
So that tells you something, that they're more willing to make a fucking Ewok than they are any episode 9 characters anymore. So I still see Zori Bliss, and then the chick with the bow. I don't know her name. I never saw episode 9, but I see those two everywhere I go.
Naomi Aki's character.
Yeah, I don't know her character's name.
You still haven't seen Rise of Skywalker?
Nope. And I'm not going. I still haven't seen Captain Marvel either.
Oh, dude, I just watched Captain Marvel again for Is It Woke? Oof. That fucking movie has not aged well.
Yep, and I have no intentions on watching episode 9. So.
Oh, it's horrible. You should watch it.
I'm gonna pass.
Can we please do that like as a watch party?
I'm gonna be working that week.
Wait, you don't even know what week it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna be available that week.
So yeah, it's been not, I wouldn't say slow so much as disappointing with the toy news this week. Like I said, a couple of kernels of corn and that nugget of turd, but you can celebrate the wins and acknowledge the losses. Unless you have a YouTube channel, and then if you acknowledge the losses, people come out of the fucking woodwork to call you a hater and everything else. And Michael French over at Retro Blasting, go subscribe to them if you haven't.
Well,
he's dealing with that right now.
I'm not afraid to say how much I hate current Star Wars, so.
Yeah, well, they come out of the woodwork and they repeat back, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Which is true to an extent, but those same people are like, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it, but in the same breath, they'll condemn you for buying Repro. Or like, Smith Lord Creations right now, they're releasing a Bantha in the original Kenner style. They just released Admiral Thrawn. Like, they do a bunch of characters that never had, like, they did Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen. Like, they do a bunch of figures that, generally speaking, didn't have a release at all. So they're
Aunt and Uncle Beru.
Yeah, so they're releasing figures that were missing in the original toy line, and people are like, those are repros, those are that. It's gonna confuse collectors, and it's like, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Isn't that what you're telling me? So I don't know. It's toy collectors can be fickle.
No, I don't blame you. I mean, you want to get what you like. You don't want to get just anything. You just want to get something that, something you think's worth actually buying.
Mm-hmm.
Not just any other whatever.
Right. Well, there's a school of thought that, like, especially with the new G.I. Joes, which that new Cobra Commander, God bless America.
Yeah, you don't like the new G.I. Joe wave, do you?
I like Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is passable. I really enjoyed the figure for a figure, and I like the way he looks, because he's not offensively bad visually.
Looks cool.
I pre-ordered the new Destro. He should be showing up next month.
Nice.
So, and he visually doesn't look offensive. Like, there's some things on him I don't like, but by and large, he looks like a normal Destro. The rest of the wave looks like G.I. Fortnite Joe.
Oh.
Like, they've got these metal shin guards and then these, like, communicators and these wacky, like, bright colors. Like, fucking Roadblock has, like, a a Halo-looking laser weapon instead of a Gatling gun. Like he's supposed to carry a 50 cal,
Yeah.
and like the laser weapons, I get it. They had laser weapons in the cartoon, whatever, but they were all packaged with normal like subcompact machine guns or something. But the new Cobra Commander comes with like a laser pistol that looks like a flintlock, and he comes with like some weird dagger. He looks like if you went down to the Spirit of Halloween store and picked up a fucking space pirate costume. That's what he looks like. Because he looks like a pirate. He doesn't look like a military leader. And so I am not enthused at all with the new G.I. Joe line, other than like the two which are passable. Now, you could say, Sal, you do a lot of customizing. Why don't you just customize them? I'm like, I'm not going to give them the money. If someone wants to give me those figures, I'll customize them, but I'm not going to give them the money for the ones I don't like. But there's a school of thought that says if we don't support this line, then they'll never make the ones we want. I'm like, wrong. If you support this line, you're telling Hasbro, hey, they really like these. Let's make more of these in the exact same way.
Yep.
So, I don't know.
What are some figures that you would like want to see from G.I. Joe?
I'd like to see Duke, Stalker, Scarlet, Baroness, Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow. Like if we're let me back up. Are you talking like ones that they haven't announced yet, or like if I could choose ones and then just start from ground zero?
Choose some.
Okay, so from ground zero, I'd like to see them do Duke, Duke, Scarlet, Roadblock, Stalker, Destro, Coco, which is Cobra Commander for the layperson, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, Law and Order. I have like a lot of like favorites that are obscure characters, like Updraft. I really like Updraft. I like the Nitro Vipers, which no one seems to know what they are. General Flag would be great. I'd love to see the Dreadnoks get done. Like I'd love to see them just take the 3 3/4 and blow them up to 6-inch.
Is that what scale they're doing these in? Is 6-inch?
6-inch, yeah. Now
Okay.
there's also rumblings that they haven't officially announced it yet, but there's like leaked tracking and leaked, DCPIs and shit that they're releasing a retro 3 3/4 GI Joe line, exclusive to Walmart.
Oh, dude, I will be up there fighting motherfuckers for these.
I will probably buy some of those too because I like G.I. Joe, but I really like the 3 3/4 inch figures.
Yep.
If
Same
they
like
if they are if they do it or if they treat it the same way they did the retro collection for Star Wars and the retro Kenner, where they're just basically reusing the same molds, absolutely, I'll support it 100%.
Yeah.
Because who doesn't need 10 more Cobra infantry? You know what I mean? Like I'll
Yep.
support that. But if all they're doing is taking this new 6-inch line, shrinking it down to 3 3/4, and calling it a retro line, they can fucking eat my ass. I will not support that.
Bad, huh?
I will not support. Have you guys seen the pictures of them?
I really,
Like the
I don't
6-inch
think,
ones?
I don't think I have. Outside of you, no, I don't think I have. Did you do what figure did you review?
That was Snake Eyes.
I saw. So I've seen the Snake Eyes one. That's
Yeah.
Yeah,
Snake Eyes one was
Snake
sick.
Eyes. Snake Eyes is a good figure. Like I said, he's not
Yeah.
offensive. They kind of took a bunch of elements from different versions of Snake Eyes and kind of compressed them into one. He's not offensive. Like neither is the Destro. The Destro has some weird kind of armory bits, but he's not visually offensive. Go like if you know what Scarlet looks like she has kind of the blue legs and that like yellow looking leotard kind of thing.
I like the Scarlet one.
I do not like the Scarlet one at all. That is
Really?
not Scarlet. That's like dollar store Black Widow.
Maybe that's why. That's probably why I like it.
Like Duke is not bad if you take away the communicator. He's not bad until you get down to his knees, and then he has these giant metal shin guards, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Fortnite.
Yep. And then fucking Roadblock, just not good. I don't know. And they're I think they're awful looking. So apparently they're based on some G.I. Joe mobile game that launched, but I don't know for sure. I haven't played it. I don't plan on playing it. If they look like that, I have no interest. I'm not saying that things can't change with time, and maybe update the hardware. Like instead of having like, I don't know, dial tone carrying around a fucking big ass telephone, he has cell phones or like I don't
Yep.
mind certain things becoming contemporary, But when they completely redesign characters and make them look like they belong in fucking Fortnite or Overwatch or some shit, you can get the hell out of here with that.
Yeah, no, that's not GI Joe.
No, it's not.
No, that's one character that I would really like to see redone would be, and it's such an obscure character, and it like usually gets no love. I was always pissed he was never in. I don't think he was ever in any of the cartoons. Maybe not the ones I watched as a kid. Maybe some later iteration was Big Boa.
Oh yeah, Big Boa.
I fucking love Big Boa. I was like, that character is so badass looking.
Yeah, he gets shit on a lot because
Yeah.
he's the Cobra's physical trainer. He doesn't come with any weapons. He has a punching bag and boxing gloves.
Yeah, I would always give him. I would always find him like a big badass like machine gun. I'd take it from somebody else. I'm like, this is yours now.
Mm-hmm.
You take this. This is yours. I was like, you're not beating motherfuckers with a punching bag on the battlefield, bro.
Yep. Big Boa.
Him and Road Pig.
Oh yeah,
Ro-
Road Pig.
Road Pig is he's a big bad motherfucker, and he comes with a goddamn cinder block on a handle.
Yes, sir. He's wearing the fucking like
He's
football pads and shit.
He's got the Legion of Doom Road Warrior shoulder pads.
Yeah, actually, he's right here. Do. Roadblock.
Yep, I've got mine. Mine's
Cinder block.
behind me. Mine's behind me. He doesn't have his weapons put away, but yep.
That's one of the ones I fixed for you, isn't it?
Yep. Yep. There's a few of those that are on the desk here behind me, and Trey has the rest. The rest. Yep. Most of the Vipers, those chill in here with me.
Mm-hmm.
The Vipers stay here with Dad.
Yeah, that's supposedly that's the other thing. Like we have Televipers, like we have so many different Vipers. Their first foray supposedly is going to be the Alley Viper.
Which one was the Alley Viper?
The one with the shield and the little visor that came down. Don't get me wrong, they look cool. Like I like the Alley Vipers. But generally in the G.I. Joe community, after like 1987, 88 is when people say that G.I. Joe declined because they started going like futuristic and bright neon colors especially by the time they got to the 90s, they had like Eco Warriors and a bunch of
that annoyed
shit.
the hell out of me.
So, yeah, that to me, I don't mind that just because by the time I was born, G.I. Joe was only around for like 3 more years.
Uh-huh.
So I grew up with the bright neon G.I. Joes. Like my first, I think, is it Gung Ho? Yeah, my first Gung Ho. Leatherneck. My first Leatherneck was the one with a brown jacket and giraffe print pants.
Oh, jeez.
Like I didn't have the original Leatherneck. Like I didn't you know what I mean? So the bright neon colors don't bug me so much just because that's where I grew up around. Now, I admit my favorite G.I. Joes are from, 84, 85, 86, like in that time era.
Mm-hmm.
So, bright neon colors, that was always a part of G.I. Joe to me. Like, I don't remember a time when it wasn't.
Yeah.
So, I understand that. But the Alley Viper comes from that time when he was like bright neon yellow and black, and then he was like neon orange and blue, and like a whole bunch of neon colors. But that's the first Viper they're gonna make is the Alley Viper.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. I would rather have the regular Viper infantry troops.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are dope. I never had any of those. I want to get some of those so bad. I think I told you a story about losing an auction, a bidding war on a lot of those. I was pissed.
Yeah. But yeah, so actually, come to think of it, let me see if I have the photos still. These were sent to me by Logan Michael. I gotta scroll back a little bit in my photos here and see what I can find.
Pete, have you been to Walmart lately? Looking at toys?
I was in there the other day. I didn't get to look at the toys though. I've got to go scoop up a couple more of those alien sets for Trey. I'm gonna get him another one of the tanks, and a couple more like just the infantry soldier and the alien sets. So he's got a few more troops, but yeah, I like I said, I'll probably was I in there? Fuck, I think I was in. Honest to God, it's bad. I think I was in there today, but I didn't even get to go to the toys. I was just in and out. But yeah, like I said, it's been a couple days. But the last time I was back there, they were pretty stocked up. They have nothing for Star Wars. There's literally nothing there at all.
Okay, so here they all have for the most part, they have code names. So, and price points. So they have G.I. Joe Mayfly, $20. G.I. Joe Fig and Bike, $40. G.I. Joe Carpenter Bee, $20. G.I. Joe Dragonfly, $20. G.I. Joe Electronic Sword, $20. And then these next 5 don't have prices. There's G.I. Joe Mantis, G.I. Joe Mosquito, G.I. Joe Horsefly, G.I. Joe Rhino Beetle, G.I. Joe Ladybug, which I'm going to assume is Lady J, G.I. Joe Carpenter Ant, Hasbro G.I. Joe Scorpion, G.I. Joe Tarantula, G.I. Joe Scorpion again, and then we're back to prices. This is Hasbro G.I. Joe Ninja Strike figure, $20. Then these are straight up names, but no price, no nothing. It just says Flint, Zartan, Barbecue, Lady J, Major Blood. So, I don't know. I'm assuming those are going to be the 6-inch figures. So, because Flint, Zartan, I'd buy all 5 of those. I love all 4 of those characters.
Yeah, see, those are great. It's just I can't start buying the 6-inch figures.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Zartan, $20. Major Blood, $20. Okay, so yeah, those are the 6-inch figures. So I will not be buying those.
Yeah, I can't. I can't. If they're 3 3/4, absolutely. Because I don't have some of those. But yeah, man, I don't want to start buying 6-inch.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's other figures I'll buy in 6-inch, scales, but not like the Marvel and stuff. Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the G.I. Joe, Star Wars, I'll just stick with the 3 3/4.
Yeah, that's it divides the market for sure, but I tell people you really can't collect both. Like you kind of have to pick one.
Yep.
Because you'll bleed your resources and your money dry and drive yourself into debt trying to keep up with both lines. So it's just like I talk about Hasbro's Marvel Legends a lot. Those are pretty much the only Marvel figures that I buy. Like there's tons of Marvel shit out there. Like there's Mafex, Mezco. Like there's tons of shit. Like some things I'll buy. Like I bought the Mezco 112 cable, but that's the only one I bought. Like I'm not gonna sit there and build a diorama with other like Mezco figures because they're like $120 a pop. Now I have one on pre-order. I have Mr. Freeze, but things like that I'm really selective. Like I'll just buy one that I like. Whereas Marvel Legends at $20 a pop, I can buy like 10 of them or whatever. You know what I mean? Spend $200, get 20 figures, and you'll have like a whole team, or you'll have like a sizable display.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to 3 3/4, like that to me, I love G.I. Joe in 3 3/4. But I want 6-inch G.I. Joe just so I can blend them in with displays and make fun scenarios with like Star Wars and my Marvel figures and stuff.
Yeah.
I can swap accessories around, swap heads around if I want, things like that. But 3 3/4, like if I buy 3 3/4, generally speaking, it's like legit vintage. Like it's the vintage G.I. Joe or vintage Kenner or things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a tightrope that you have to walk as a collector. So, anyway, now that I've eaten up like an hour of time talking about toys,
That's much needed. We definitely need to be caught up to date on everything.
so it's nice to actually have news this week.
Yeah,
No, it is.
So,
And I've been really wanting to go out and like look around for new toys and new action figures and stuff, but
which real quick for anyone listening, if you hate GameStop, that's fine. I'm sure you have your reasons. Like GameStop gets a lot of hate, and I don't keep up with like their corporate shenanigans. I don't have time for it. But if you want to pre-order a toy, like I did with a snow speeder, go to GameStop, because it's just like pre-ordering a video game there. You can pay it off over time. Like I think I counted 15 things on pre-order, split up between Amazon and Hasbro Pulse. I'm not going to get to pay on those. I'm just going to get an email at some point and let me know, hey, you've been charged, $80 for these 4 figures, which, because they only give you a month of release. They don't give you an exact date. So it's not like you can kind of budget and plan for it. Like, and sometimes stuff gets pushed up. Like I got charged, I think it was $100 for something because it got pushed up by a month. And I was like, okay, well, there's $100 I was planning on spending. at least at GameStop, like you might not get it early, even though sometimes I get stuff early. You might get it like 4 months late. At least you know it's paid off. Like you've already paid for it, so when it shows up, you just go pick it up. Like I don't know, GameStop gets a lot of hate, but like whenever I try to buy new toys, I usually go to GameStop because I can pre-order it there. I know I have it and it's paid off. So, hate them or love them, GameStop is my go-to for pre-orders because I pre-ordered Vintage Collection Mandalorian and 6-inch Black Series Mandalorian back in February, and they were supposed to be released in March. I didn't get my 6-inch Mandalorian until like a week ago, and my Vintage Collection Mandalorian I pre-ordered from them still hasn't shown up. I don't have any shipping information. I have nothing. It still says pre-order, and it keeps getting pushed back. Now it's expected in August. So, you can hate on GameStop if you want, but be prepared to defend your reason why, and don't feed me the line about trade-ins, because go try to trade in a video game at Target and see what happens. They're not going to take it. Yeah. Like, you have the option to sell the game on Facebook Marketplace or sell it on eBay if you want to get more money for it. They don't have to take a trade-in, but they do. And as far as I know, they're the only major, like, countrywide retailer that does, as far as I know. So, and they're like, oh, I paid $60 for this game, now we're getting $12 for it. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, it's a used game. Like, they got to make their money off of it. It's like a pawn shop. Like, I don't know. People just think their shit's worth more than it is, I guess. Yeah. Not to defend a faceless corporation like GameStop. I'm just tired of people bitching about it and not thinking about, oh, maybe I'm in the wrong. Maybe I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Maybe I'm just being contrarian to be an asshole because I think it's cool. But anyway,
we used to have a game. There was a GameStop here, but now it's Wild Bill's Tobacco. God damn it. No, I understand because I used to go to GameStop way back. I mean, I remember. Okay, so the last game I ever pre-ordered at GameStop was Scarface for PlayStation 2.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's how long ago that was.
Yeah.
Yep. I still have the poster actually I got with the game for pre-ordering it hanging up here on the wall in the office. Mm-hmm. But damn, man, I do. It's like I miss being able to like play new video games stuff, but at the same time, it's like with all this stuff I see going on with new games now, it's like, do I even care? I mean,
yeah, I know.
It's like why would I not just play like today, dude? I took the day off. I didn't do anything for the channel today, and I still gained 1 subscriber.
Really?
I know. I'm looking. I gained 1. My videos like over the last couple of days have got like no views. I'm like, geez, like I tried. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't done it. And is it woke yet this week? Trust me, you'll have one. I've done. What I thought were good videos. I mean, did you guys watch the Andy Rooney bit? Was that not at least a little bit humorous?
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
It was funny.
That was the thing, and like that's the thing is like I trust you guys. You wouldn't just tell me it's funny if it wasn't funny. I mean, you'd tell me if you thought it was shit. And that was the thing. It's like an Andy Rooney reference is like that's kind of like it's a very niche like kind of reference, but like I feel like enough people would know who Andy Rooney is from like Family Guy cutaways. You know what I mean? I'm just thinking I'm trying to think of like the audience like that I have in the show is like seeing, our audience, probably a lot of them watch Family Guy, which that's where I pick up a lot of my references from Family Guy stuff I've seen, previous, and it's like that just I thought I was like and Andy Rooney has like this whiny old man voice. I'm like, it was just kind of fun to do, so I was like, damn, man. I was like, but it was like it was kind of like there's like how many fucking seriously like how many Batman do we need? Because it's a funny ass thing. It's like Jesus Christ, dude, because we're talking about having like three different Batman plus Thomas Wayne is Batman and another what the fuck? That's a lot of Batman. That's a lot. That's too many. Now we don't need all of them showing Bat Dong either.
Why are there so many Batman? I was told there'd only be a few.
This is way too many Batman. Little Don Knotts.
The Batawang.
Yeah. I don't want to see all those Batwangs. God damn it. I'm a veteran of 2 foreign wars.
He killed 50 men.
Hey, Cotton, how many men? 50 men.
Which I thought was a fantastic meme that I made and got no love. I took the cover of A Few Good Men and I superimposed Cotton's face on all of them. I changed the title to Killed 50 Men. No one appreciated it. I got like 2 likes on it, and I was like, this is comedy gold. All of you can go eat my ass.
Oh, dude, I made a Spider-Man meme like that last week with it was because I follow the page on Facebook. It's every frame of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
I've seen that one, yeah. Every day a new frame or something like that, but they're going like in sequence, I think.
Yeah. So I got the one, I made the one, it's like, my plans in 2020, and it's like Goblin chasing him on the board, and the next frame is like what happens at the end of it, and it's like Goblin's got him like, backed up, he's got him pinned against the wall. He's, doing him from behind against the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that one, and that one got like, 20, 30 some likes on it. But the one I really thought would go good was you've got Peter standing there looking down with his back against the wall, and half a Goblin's head in the frame, and it says Goblin or Goblin, like Gobblin.
Mm-hmm.
And I spelled, and it got like 3 likes. I'm like, motherfucker, like, really?
It's too smart.
I was like, that is like smart funny. I'm like, I was like, I see it, like if I was on Reddit, I feel like that would have probably got more love on Reddit.
Probably.
But I don't know. I'm not on Reddit. I can't do Reddit. I can't. I'm not. I'm barely strong enough to do Twitter.
I very, very, very seldom even log on to Twitter.
I have to through the Phantom Collective stuff I do. But goddamn, it's just it's I've got into some disagreements over there with some true to form SJWs, and it is like one kid was like, what did he say to me? With it, he's got an anime profile picture. It's like, you're just probably a little bit too young for the internet to understand these things. I'm like, thank you. I'm probably old enough to be your dad. I was like, what's your mama's name? I probably fucked her.
Probably. Yeah, so you're going to talk to your stepdaddy that way?
I know, man. I was like, I'm going to come over your house and put my feet on the couch. Fuck your couch. Shit, man.
Let's get off the phone with your mom. You're grounded.
Yeah. I told mom, take the insurance off your fucking car, bitch. How you like that?
Fuck them.
Yeah. I ain't taking you to Red Lobster next time I come around. I'll put your mom's ankles in the air either.
Yeah, that's... Speaking of nothing at all, I know this is a bit of a segue. We'll get back to the next topic, but I went to GameStop 3 days ago, something like that, just to get because I carry around a lot of receipts, or I don't carry, but I have a lot of receipts. Like anytime I get a pre-order and I pay it off, I keep that receipt in case the price changes, because they don't have control over that. Like if their system is like, hey, this is $30 now, that's what it is. But if you have the receipt where it's paid off, they'll honor the original price. So I just went in to get a complete list of everything that's paid off, and I actually have evidence that prices had changed because one of my figures, because they're 6-inch figures, Star Wars Across the Line are generally $22.99. It's a little bit more expensive than in other stores, but at least you're guaranteed to have it there, because you have it pre-ordered. And one of them was paid off. It said like $39 worth over 22, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's one of the ones that changed. But anyway, I went in there and I guess I walked in on like an interview or something because like the store manager was there. She knows me by name, so hi, and saying hi and all that shit. But she had like 4 people I didn't recognize around her, and then they left because they were talking about I guess it was some phase of the interview process where they had to try and sell something to someone, and so she said goodbye to him and all that, and she's like, I forget the kid's name, but she's like, so now you know that X-Men is a Marvel property, not a DC property, right? And he's like, yeah, that was embarrassing. I just didn't know. And I'm like, you're going to work at a GameStop and you don't know that the X-Men are part of Marvel, not DC? Big banger. That's what that kid is.
Yep.
But she was talking to some kid because she's like, well, because of the COOF and all that kind of stuff, they can only allow 80 hours that she has to spread amongst all the people that work there. Because of the COOF, like they only let so many people in the store, so it's a cost, influx, outflux, or ingress and egress versus hours worked and all that kind of. So it's kind of balanced out from corporate or whatever. But she's like, so I can only really offer you this many hours a week at this price. And he's like, okay. And she's like, well, how much was your? Because I guess he was getting a job because he had to pay for his car insurance for the car that his parents got him. He's like, well, my car insurance is like $280 a month. I'm like, God damn.
How old was he?
He had to have been like 18, maybe like 17. Damn. And I was like, Jesus Lord. His parents. I mean, there was a really nice car. I think it was like a Corvette parked out in the parking lot. I'm like, I bet that's his.
I would have just bought a damn bicycle and rode that to work.
I was trying to think because, like, I mean, dude, I got two, like, I mean, like, we got two brand new rides, and I mean, we pay like, but I mean, that's for one car. That's heavy.
Mm-hmm. But which either says to me that A, it's a brand new like sports car, so the premiums on it are already going to be high because it's a sports car, and then on top of him being a young kid, it's going to be high, or he has a history of collision.
Oh,
and that's why it's so high. One of the two. I know this is not what y'all tuned in to listen to, but it popped into my head and I had to talk about it.
I would probably venture a guess to say it's probably because it's a sports car. If he had some collisions, I would say it would probably be higher than that.
Mm-hmm. His name was probably Kyle, and he probably drank a lot of Monster Energy and crashed his mom's car. I don't know.
He's drunk on White Claws.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Yeah, that's and this has been car insurance talk on the boardroom this evening, ladies and gents.
Mm-hmm. You learn all sorts of things tuning in.
Sponsored by Allstate, like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. 2 different brands. So one of you just pick us up, please.
Or Pepperidge Farms. I'm okay with that too.
Yeah. Throw me some free Milano wafers. I'll take that shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking of car insurance, let's go to our next topic. We got some Star Wars news.
Yeah, those are related.
Yeah, why the fuck not?
Yeah, pod races, crashes, street races, drag races.
Oh, that kid should have tried spinning. That's a cool trick.
It is a cool trick, especially when you're 8 years old and taking on the Separatist army.
But awesome. My plot, right?
My plot. Yeah.
My plot.
Well, gentlemen, I know how Star Wars has been really, just getting, hole-in-ones, and they've been getting strikes and, really killing it with the video games lately.
Yeah, well, I was going to say
plans
Jedi Fallen Order.
Besides yeah, I heard that was good. I know you like that.
EA didn't make that. They didn't make that. They owned the company that did, but they didn't make it. I'm tired of people being like, EA sucks, all Star Wars games sucks. Fallen Order is made by EA, it sucks. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about. It was made by a company that is owned by EA, but they didn't make Fallen Order. Huh. And it's great.
Well, bad news. EA plans to double down on Star Wars games in the future, so
boo.
Probably won't be getting any good Jedi Fallen Order games unless they come out and go, yeah, the game's done,
boo,
or we're working on it.
Boo.
Yeah, we're probably going to get some more Battlefront.
How do you really feel, man?
I was channeling my inner Cartman. Boo, Wendy Testaburger.
Boo, Wendy. Wendy. Come on, be funny, Wendy. Come on, tell a joke. Boo.
Have you guys seen Shrek 4?
Is there a Shrek 4?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
There's this little, like, Hansel and Gretel kid, and he goes up to Shrek, and he's like, do the roar. Do the roar. And he's trying to get Shrek to roar at a birthday party. Do the roar. Do the roar. And he's like, shut up.
Hey, have you guys watched the Abby scene from The Last of Us 2?
Do the roar. Huh? Sorry, I had my headphones in, but I was muted because I ran out of water. Have you watched the sex scene from The Last of Us 2?
No, but it looked like something that Kathleen Kennedy's doing with Star Wars.
I watched it. I had to. My morbid curiosity got the best of me.
Is it funny?
It is. I mean, it's there. It's in the ether. It's compared to the things I've seen in the dark corners of the internet at 4 a.m. It's pretty fucking tame. I mean, it's nothing but a dude nailing a chick who's. It's like And funny, I was listening to somebody talk about this the other night, and they're like, I think it was like Midnight's Edge or something. I can't even remember what channel it was, but they're talking about like, well, the girl or Abby, is she trans? I'm like, the woman that plays her is not transgender. Her name is the mocap. Her name is Colleen Foch. She's a CrossFitter. She's pretty jacked, but she's 100% female.
It was a dude and a chick that looks like another dude.
Yeah,
genuine female.
But
purebred.
So the it's. But I mean, I didn't really have a dog in the fight, in this whole game. I just thought the way that Naughty Dog handled everything was just kind of fucking weird. Like it was, they were trying to cover their asses for all the leaks and shit, of course. But I mean, the way they just and they come out having egg on their face when their game's getting rang up pretty hard with the reviews, it sounds like, and a lot of returns now. I saw a couple of videos about that, about stores refusing returns on it and things, and I've seen some videos on it. So, but like I said, I'm not an up-to-date gamer, like you guys know, like probably when we're done here, I'm not going to work tonight. I'm going to fucking go sit down and pass out my chair playing like NHL 94 or NBA Shootout 93.
That sounds fun as fuck.
Dude, I love those old rosters, especially in the NBA games. I have Lakers versus Celtics in the NBA playoffs. That's from '88, and then I got Bulls versus Lakers in the NBA playoffs from like '80. Was that? I can't remember. 91, I think, because the Pistons won. Anyway, sports ball. It's great.
What sports ball?
I guess I got a shitload of Pistons memorabilia in here too.
I'm a huge basketball fan. I know who Kobe Bryant is.
I threw something at the garbage and it said Kobe. My wife kind of looked at me. I did. I was like, Kobe, because it's like the whole Dave Chappelle thing too, and I did it. I just wasn't even thinking. I'm like, oh,
right.
She even looked at me. She normally doesn't catch that shit. She did that time.
Yeah, you ain't a true basketball fan unless you figured out who Kobe Bryant was in the last 6 months. So everyone's a basketball fan apparently, but whatever.
Yeah, fuck me, right?
But yeah, Star Wars is. I mean, EA is basically the fucking video game guys now. Star Wars. I mean, they have been, but up until the Fallen Order one, and everybody gave really good reviews for Fallen Order. Like a lot of people were really into it. Sal, you played the hell out of it, right?
What, Last of Us?
No, the Fallen Order.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I thought we were still on Last of Us. Yeah, dude, I 100%ed it. I got my platinum trophy on PlayStation.
Hell yeah!
Like I loved that game. It was like Dark Souls light. It took a lot of some of the difficulty from Dark Souls and like the Castlevania games. Cause there's a lot of I should say Metroid. Cause there's a lot of backtracking. Like you'd go somewhere but only get so far because you don't have the ability to, jump over a ravine or whatever. And the people were let down by the story. But it set it up for a sequel, and I liked it. They just felt like they wasted their time because it kind of. You spend all your time doing something, when you get to the end, it didn't really matter, kind of deal. But that if you were playing it for that part instead of the characters, because the characters had really good stories. As someone who actually liked the Inquisitors from Star Wars Rebels, other than the whole helicopter blade thing, you get to find out where the Inquisitors came from, how they were made. Like it takes place, I want to say, I think it's 10 years after Episode 3. Something like that. 5 years after Episode 3. I don't remember. But it takes place in that time period, and it's just kind of like you start out in like a shipyard where they're kind of dismantling all the old Clone War era ships to build, the Star Destroyers and shit. So it's a really fun game. I really liked it. There were some rendering issues, especially on Kashyyyk, where there was like so much going on. Like the game would kind of lag a little bit to kind of try and catch up to render the environment. But that I guess that's just what it is. But the Wookiees were probably the most offensive because they looked bad. The Wookiees were terrible. They looked like PlayStation 2 graphics.
That's so unacceptable though, because they've had like so much time being able to make this video game, and I mean,
But if graphics is like the most offensive part of the game, then I think that's a good game. You know what I mean? Because look at like Fallout and Elder Scrolls. Like they've been using the same engine since like Morrowind, and people
yeah,
still love those games. Those graphics are terrible.
yeah. I remember I bought the Elder Scrolls Online like maybe 3 years ago, and I was like, oh, okay, I love Skyrim, I love Oblivion, Morrowind was cool, and I was like, let's try the online thing. Online thing's fucking stupid.
Hmm
I just
See,
I don't see any appeal to doing. You do a story like campaign, but it's online, but you can see all the other players, but you can't fight them. It's stupid.
let's see that's how Fallout 76 was. I pre-ordered that, and I was so excited for it because I was told that it was going to have an online option, but there was going to be a solo campaign that you could play offline. And I was like, awesome, I'm all for it. And then when it released, I picked it up, and so this is my one instance where I was a little upset with GameStop. Um, I picked it up. It was like the deluxe edition or whatever, and I saw all the reviews, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna open this. I'm not gonna play this at all. And so I went back to GameStop to try and return it, but it was like 2 weeks later, and I'd lost the receipt. And the store manager was like, "Hey, he's like, you don't have a receipt, so like we can't, you know, you know, like we can't take this back," kind of deal. I was like, "All right, well I'll just trade it in." He's like, "Well, it's still in cellophane, so we can't let you trade it in either. It has to be opened." I'm like, okay, so I opened it and I got like $12 for it or whatever.
Damn.
But that being said, it for them, I don't know if that's a corporate thing or a store thing. For them, that particular GameStop, my neighbors are being loud. Sorry, that particular GameStop is not in a good area, and it's directly across the street from a Walmart where people go. They steal like the $20 games, like they'll steal 10 of them and then run over to GameStop to sell them. So like
What the
it's
fuck?
yeah, it's a thing. So the whole cellophane there is to kind of stop them, at least to cover their asses on like a legal level. Like if they took a new game, you know what I mean? They're like, where did this come from? Kind of deal. So
Yeah.
if it's open, then at least from a legal standpoint, they can be like, oh, it was pre-owned. It came in pre-owned, so we don't know where it came from. So
I feel you on that one. Oh, that's not a bad idea. But
yeah,
no,
but it was kind of shitty just to be kind of get a thumb up the ass when it came to that game because they're like, oh yeah, there's a campaign, but it's like there were no NPCs or I guess now there's like a massive DLC for it that is a solo campaign that actually has a story with NPCs. But it's like I went to download it and I started to download it and then remembered, oh yeah, I don't have the game, so I can't play the DLC. It was like 65 gigabytes worth of DLC or something.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was massive, and I was like, I'm just gonna delete this.
I hate video games like that now. Like Battlefront 2, they're still updating shit on there. They still add like it's been 3 years since they fucking came out with it.
People
And
still play it.
I play it from time to time, just because I don't really see too many games out like nowadays that like really pique my interest. It's usually like the same kind of shit, and
Hmm
then you get the new Madden every year. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just nothing from Star Wars appeals to me really anymore. Like some of the figures are cool, like the Plo Koon and Kit Fisto I'm going to get, but
hmm
as far as video games, nothing really stands out. The new Rogues or the new Squadron fighter game that's supposed to come out, and I'm sure you guys have seen the trailer and everything for it.
hmm
Yeah.
It just doesn't look that great.
You know what the girl like, who's clearly the main protagonist because they focus on her throughout most of it. You know who she looks like?
Who?
The other protagonist from Battlefront 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. She does.
She looks identical to her.
Yeah. God damn it.
So
It's
Yeah.
really annoying.
like it's you know And before anyone comes at us and be like, you don't like females and blah, it's like, no. I don't like it when it's like, it looks like the same mocap actress. Like, it looks just like her. I don't, like, is it the same character?
No.
If it's a sequel, then yeah, but if it's not, then they're being lazy.
It's just like Kathleen
They're
Kennedy.
just being lazy.
It's just like Kathleen Kennedy preaching about diversity and shit, but all the characters she creates looks like her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ray, Jen Urso, Amelia Clark.
Yeah,
I love diversity. It's what brings out the best and brings out competition and ideas and shit. No.
Diversity of thought does.
Yeah.
But that was one of the other, for the fans' choice, one of the options was Jen Urso.
Oh, why?
Apparently, and this is the defense I heard, I was like, I can go to, like, literally any of the toy stores around me and go get a Black Series Jen Urso right now.
Yep.
But the defense I heard is that, well, when they made the Jen Urso, she didn't have the face print technology, so this would be our chance to get one with the face print technology. I'm like, why don't you just eat my ass?
Does it come with a hole cut out in the mouth? Are you fucking this thing? I mean, is your dick that small, motherfucker? Do you need it? Like, really?
What they should release is
damn, man. Like, Jen. Yeah, you Sal, you're absolutely right. You can go like every store I go to around here to buy, like, you know, because we bought like what are those, like 8-9 of them Shore Troopers in one day.
Mm-hmm.
Every store like that, there was like a dozen to 18 Jen Ursos on the shelf.
Yep. A GameStop near me, I can go, I mean, they're closed now, but I can go tomorrow, and they have 3 Jen Ursos, 2 Rays, and 2 Snokes still.
Ew.
Like, and that's not a slight against Jen Urso. It's not. Like, I really like Rogue One.
Yeah.
But people are like, we need a new Jen Urso. I'm like, you just got Jen Urso a year ago. Like, Commander Cody hasn't been out since, like, 2013. You know what I mean? Like, some of these figures, they made one way back when the Black Series started and haven't done any since. They have, like, 4 different Jen Ursos you can get.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. I wish these people, instead of complaining, would just suck my ass till my head caves in.
At least that would be enjoyable, right?
Ugh.
No, I'm so sick and tired of the whole, like, just, yeah, we're gonna give you some video game. It's gonna revolve around the Galactic Empire era, and here's another female character, and all the bad guys are gonna be some white dudes, and they're terrible, and all the rebels are gonna be this weird mixed match group of whoever the fuck they are. And they showed like the group of rebels that are supposed to be like the main characters, I guess. None of them looked normal. Like, you had the chick who looked like the girl from Terminator Dark Fate, little Mexican chick or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get some aliens that are like, I guess, brand new aliens. If I remember correctly, they weren't any, OT or prequel aliens. They were just some made up shit from JJ or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just,
There was one alien, like, it it speaks volumes. Having only seen the first 2 out of that Disney trilogy, the only character I cared about was some X-Wing pilot. He was, like, blue and had, like, the jowls. I don't even know his name. He's the only character that's like, that's a cool-looking character. I hope he lives, and that's the only thing I cared about.
I'm trying to think, did he make it through Rise of Skywalker? I'm trying to think. Cody, can you remember?
Which guy?
He was the alien pilot that was left. Like, he was an X-Wing pilot from the end of the last dumpster fire.
He's, like, really tall. He's blue, but he has, like, these kind of, like, jowl things that hang down. I don't know his name.
He hung with the fat dude that died in Rise of Skywalker, the big fat X-Wing pilot guy.
Porkins?
No.
He's Porkins 2.0.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
No one's ever really got
Wexley. Something Wexley.
Wedge Antilles?
No, Zam Wexley or something like that.
Oh, Wesley from Star Trek.
Damn it. No, not Wesley Crusher.
Wesley Crusher.
Damn it.
Dude, I have no idea.
You guys are gonna give me a fucking aneurysm.
I'm trying to hold on.
I'm old as shit. I'm like 20 pounds overweight. You're gonna give me a fucking heart attack and an aneurysm.
I'll find it. I'll find it. You guys carry on. I'll find it.
Are you drunk?
Yes.
No,
wait.
I'm Pete.
Me? No. I'm kind of baked, but
he's feeling good.
I'm
He's
really
feeling good.
Dude, I took, like I said, I took the whole day off today. I asked Trey, like, what do you want to do? Dad's got the whole day off today. He's like, I want to play video games. I'm like, is that what you want to do? Yep.
Okay, his name is Saai Thranali. Turn on my camera here, and maybe this will work. This guy. Can you see that?
Oh, that fucker. Yeah. He ain't blue.
He's the only one I liked. And that's my giant ass cup.
I can't remember if he's alive or not.
I thought he got killed in the battle over Exegol, but I'm not sure.
Everyone should have died in the Battle of Exegol.
That franchise died over the Battle of Exegol.
That fucking franchise died
the franchise died in 2012.
ago.
Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Sorry, thought I was muted.
We've been watching a reanimated corpse for 8 years.
And it finally showed its face as Palpatine.
Oh fuck!
That's the thing. Like, I'll acknowledge though that there have been some good things that have happened since 2012, but it's not enough to balance it out.
No.
So, like Cody, if you get the chance, like, did you play Force Unleashed?
Absolutely.
Then I think you'd like Fallen Order. Like, it's very similar in combat. Some of the like people complain that, like, why don't you just give us a new Force Unleashed? I'm like, because it's dead. It's gone. Like, everything. So, I did a little bit. I went back and played it because I got that Commander Stormtrooper, and I went back and played it. And a lot of the stuff that happens has been retconned by what Disney has done. So we're not going to get another Force Unleashed game. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, no, they would never like continue with that. That's just, it's too good of storytelling, and it's too fun of a game for them to continue that.
Yeah, so
I'm glad you like the new game. It's good to hear that at least they have some glimmer of hope for something. But
yeah, like
I wouldn't ever put it past them to ruin it though.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a good game. Like, there's a little bit of, like, I wouldn't say forced inclusion or anything like that. Like, one of the characters in the game ends up being lesbian, and people were like, "Arr!" Like, they heard that little dog whistle and started bitching about it. And it's like it's not even in the story. Like, you know how you can go up to NPCs and talk to them, you know, and like learn more and get more to the story. It's totally optional. You don't even have to talk to that character. It's just part of her personal story development that you learn more about her, and it's like towards the end of her story. Like, it's not like you're in the main plot and then she jumps out of nowhere and goes, "I like ladies," and then leaves. Like,
that would be really funny though.
People just they latch on to certain things that we don't like, and then any little inkling of it, they just hear that dog whistle and they start barking, and it's like, oh, okay, all right, well, I'm gonna go enjoy the game. So. Yeah, it was also developed, if I'm not mistaken, it was developed by, at least early stages, where it was developed by some of the same people that developed the first Uncharted games. So there's a lot of exploring going on, and yeah, it's really good.
I've seen gameplay of it, and that does make sense because, you know, from what I remember, it was a lot of, like, being in the jungle, jumping around and shit.
Yeah,
jumping from ship to ship or whatever.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping, there's, I guess, platforming, so to speak. But the combat is
parkour.
Like, yeah, the combat is very kind of Dark Souls. Like, there's a lot of rest and repose. There's a lot of, like, blocking involved and shit like that. But the way the lightsaber hits people and how they die, and because you would expect a lightsaber to cut through a stormtrooper on the first try. Well, people bitch like, lightsaber would do this. And I'm like, aren't you the same people that like Force Unleashed? That didn't happen in that game either. But, like, people that complained about, and I still complain about, Leia surviving in space. They're like, that's stupid. I'm like, don't you like the Force Unleashed? Because he survived in space a lot longer than she did. But I don't know. It's just a double standard that some of the people that we know have.
Well, anybody that's a normal, rational thinking person realizes that Force Unleash is a little extreme on some of the abilities and shit.
Oh yeah.
So it's like he survived in space for a little bit, and then the droid picks him up, and he gets reanimated or whatever by Vader. But it's just like whatever. You just kind of go with it. Like it's Star Wars. It's Vader. It's this extreme shit. Who the fuck cares? It's super super cool. But the whole Leia thing is like, oh, she's not a Jedi. She's not trained in the Force, and then she does that shit. It's like, so she flies. She flies now. Like,
They fly now.
Bullshit. Yeah, I don't think Star Wars video games are going to be. I don't think they're going to be putting out any winners anytime soon. So they're not even done developing Battlefront 2. Like they added some of the solo movie shit on there, and it's so bad. And when you play as Han Solo, you can use like the Alden Ehrenreich like skin. It's so cringy. And some people actually play as that. You can play as the Pando Lando. Oh, it's so he's got that yellow shirt and shit. It's like, oh god, it's embarrassing as hell.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I think you would like it, Pete, because you can play as Dooku, and they have an extra skin on there where you can wear his pajamas from the Clone Wars TV show.
Nice. I remember that when Asajj Ventress went and attacked him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you can wear his pajamas.
I'll take me some Count Dooku pajamas. That's where it says I'm from on Twitter, Serrano.
It's funny, like when you click on the character with the skin, it's like these are the ancient Sith pajamas, and they try to make it sound cool. It's like shut the fuck up, pajamas. They're silk pajamas.
these are silky draws, all right. These are what his Sith balls rest in at night when he sleeps.
That's how he gets his Dooku on.
He's fucking macking hose and slamming Cadillac doors in the silky draws.
Well, gentlemen, I think we're probably gonna just skip the whole ghost segment tonight because we've been running a pretty long time tonight. I think we'll end it tonight with our pop culture picks. So everybody listening, all the audience, everybody here, every week we're gonna try. Hopefully, I mean it's just whatever we agree on what we're gonna do to this episode. But tonight we're gonna go with our pop culture picks. So every show, if we ever do pop culture picks, it's basically each of us, we pick something really cool that we really like, whether it was something we just saw in pop culture, like a movie, TV show, action figure, video game, something like that. And this is basically just our recommendations for you guys to go check out. So whoever wants to go first, you can go ahead and go. I mean, if you got something.
I was just gonna say I've been watching goddamn Melrose Place on Hulu, and I tell you what, laugh all you want, but the first 2 seasons, 31 episodes, 32 episodes apiece.
Damn.
They don't build shows like that anymore. It doesn't happen, man. That was, that's like the premier primetime drama from the 90s, man. Fox like ruled shit with that, and Beverly Hills 90210. But yeah, I grew up watching that show, man. I had some of the most beautiful women in the 90s on it, and I've been, like I said, and it's just the stories it's campy and it's fun, and it is very 90s nostalgic, and like I said, it's just fun to go back and watch these episodes again. That's just what I'm on this week, man. And I'm gonna watch season 4 of F is for Family.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that show ruled.
Dude, it is amazing. Bill Burr is a genius on that. He's great.
Yeah, that's my pop culture pick for the week is F is for Family season 4. I watched it all in one sitting, and that show never disappoints. not only is it a funny show, like it's well written, it's kind of over the top in certain areas. It takes you so it's set in where is it like the late 70s, I'd
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
like late 70s, maybe cusp of the 80s, and it takes you back like not only like visually and story wise, but also like content wise. That show not only anchors itself in that time, but it's written for that time. Like it's not afraid to make fun of everybody, and it doesn't hold back in a lot. Like some of the shit that gets said there, like raunchy and quote cancel worthy by today's standards, but it doesn't hold back. It makes fun of everybody, and it's a wonderful breath of fresh air compared to some of the like eggshells wrapped in bubble wrap that we're exposed to today. So that's my pop culture pick. If you haven't watched it, it's on Netflix. They have 4 seasons. I think the first time I watched it, I won't lie to you, it took me a couple episodes to get into it because the first couple episodes I'm like, this is dumb. I don't like this. But then I went back and rewatched it, and it's one of my favorite shows now.
I'm glad you said that because I watched the first episode a while back and I was like, I'm not really into this.
Yeah, it's a slow burn. It kind of takes a couple episodes to find its feeding or to find its footing rather. And once you get past that and the characters are established and you kind of get used to their little nuances, it's really fun, especially second season and third season when they start kind of expanding on certain characters and bringing more people into the fold. It gets really good.
Nice. I need to check that out because I need a new comedy to watch.
I was like that. I was gonna say I was like that with Big Mouth. I started watching Big Mouth, and I quit after like maybe a handful of episodes. I was just like, it just wasn't. It just never resonated with me. You know, it just wasn't. I just didn't care for it. But F it's for Family. Yeah, I was. I just. It's one of those. I love the first 3 seasons, and I just haven't had time to sit down and watch season 4 yet. But that is. Yeah, I'm glad. It's kind of funny that we didn't talk about that off air either. Like I didn't know that's what was going to be yours. So that's kind of I have been meaning to watch that. But yeah, that's funny, man. So cool. I'm glad you liked it. I'll probably like it. So
yeah, it's really, and for those that are worried about woke things, it's not anti woke because there are woke parts in it, or what would be considered woke by today's standards. But they balance it out. Like if for any like woke thing someone says or someone else that goes, well, that's fucking stupid, basically. So they make fun of each other. Everyone gets made fun of. Like if you can't handle someone poking and prodding at you just a hair, then maybe the show's not for you. But I don't know about you guys, but to me that was the mark of like my best friends in high school. It was a constant roast fest.
yep.
Just made fun of each other, pantsed each other, like just did horrible things to each other. But those were my best friends. Like, and it builds character.
Mm-hmm.
But now today, people are like, if you don't agree with me on absolutely every single thing, then you're canceled.
Yeah.
So, because it's negative vibes, man. I
Yeah.
hate vibes. I fucking hate that word.
Vibes.
Vibes. Like, what the fuck is a vibe?
Yeah. Oh yeah. When people make a post, they make a post and like, good vibes only. I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. So basically, you just want sycophants, is what you're saying. You don't
want to experience any kind of struggle.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Go fuck yourself then.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what up, Flare X?
Live in your little cream puff fucking world. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Go live in Chaz. All right.
Mm-hmm.
They killing motherfuckers in Chaz. This shit is not a game.
You talking about Chop?
Oh yeah, it's Chop now.
It's about to be nothing real soon.
Yeah. Yep. The mayor's. She's like, okay, I've had enough. It's like, oh wait, they're ruining your city, and now you're getting pissy.
I thought it was summertime fun.
They already ruined.
Summertime vibes.
Summer vibes only, fam.
Pop, pop, pop.
So it's just like, you know what? We'll talk about this off air.
Well, my pop culture pick. I don't know why I've been pushing this back for so long, but I just now watched the Despicable Me trilogy. And for the longest time, I was just like, I don't see the appeal. The little yellow guys are stupid. And I'd go to, like, I have annual passes to Universal Studios. So I walk by that shit all the fucking time, and I'm like, this looks stupid as shit. I don't care. I went on the ride once. It didn't really do anything for me. It used to be the Jimmy Neutron ride, and it used to be a part of the Nickelodeon section. Well, they took down Jimmy Neutron. They were like, let's do Despicable Me. And I was pissed. So I was bitter about that. And my dad got a Despicable Me, like a Minion house key, like a year or two ago, just because that was like one of the only keys they had left. And he didn't want like a boring, just plain silver key. So he's like, oh, fine, I'll get this one. And one of the Minions' name is Dave, and that's my dad's name. So he's like, I got Dave. I'm like, okay, cool. So, but recently, me and my girlfriend, we were on the Amazon Prime, and we're just like, let's watch Despicable Me. So that trilogy is fucking great. Like, those are really good movies.
Yeah.
Those are definitely not just kid movies either. Like, I thought they were just going to be a bunch of fluff. Like, oh, okay, this is too much for me. Not going to watch it. Fuck it. Let's go watch The Office or something. But I watched the first one on Netflix, and then I rented the other two on Amazon. Dude, those are fucking great movies. So if you guys want a good like movie that the family can watch, it's not even just for kids, like a good just wholesome movie, and the story and characters, they stay like the same throughout all the movies. It's pretty solid. Like, go watch it. And the Minions are funny as fuck too.
Oh, they're great, dude. That's like my favorite part because I've seen those with the kid, and yeah, those are the Minions are great,
dude. Like the third one, they go to prison. They fucking run the prison, and you're like, holy shit! Like, they get tattooed and shit. And you're like, what is happening here?
Little yellow badasses.
They're hard little fuckers, dude.
Minions don't play, kid.
They don't, man.
Minions don't play, kid.
But Franchise History TV said Despicable Me, the movies are fine, but the ride sucks. It's been forever since I've been on the ride, so I don't really remember it. So now that I've watched the movies finally, I'll be able to connect to it better. Movies are great, man. I fucking love those. And it had Trey Parker. He was the villain for the third movie. So it's basically South Park being the villain. It's so great. Sal, have you seen those movies?
I saw the first one. I think that came out when I was in college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the only one I've seen. No, I didn't dislike it, but I was a little, I don't know, I guess out of the age demographic for it.
I don't know if you like those type of movies a lot, but like if you really like DreamWorks movies, like go watch it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah, I like some of them. Like and Pete and I talked about it, I really liked Onward. I thought that was a great fucking movie.
Fuck yes, it was, dude. I've watched that movie like 4 or 5 times now.
Me too. That movie was amazing.
I was just, oh god, dude, I was just sitting there the other night and I put it on, and the kid woke up and he comes out and he sits down. He's like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, "Onward." And we sat there and watched like 45 minutes of it before I took him back to bed. I was just watching it by myself.
You know what's crazy about that movie is like at the end where what's the kid's name? Tom Holland's character?
Ian,
yeah, and he's like basically realizing that Chris Pratt was his dad the whole time.
Yep.
Like, and I just thought about Guardians 2, where he's like,
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, well. Sorry, guys. But it made me think of Guardians 2, where Chris Pratt was like talking to what's his face?
Yondu
about being a dad, and I was like, damn.
Yep.
Full circle, guys.
Yeah. Yep. Ian and Barley Lightfoot and their mom.
Steamed hams.
Who has a thick dump truck ass.
Yeah.
Dude, I was just looking.
There's a reason why Colt was always smiling and laughing.
Fuck yeah. He's like, I'm doing a lot of dirty things. Your mom's dump truck ass, boys.
Mm-hmm.
I have to.
You know what they say? Once you go Centaur, you don't go back.
That video right now is. Hang on a second. I want to get an accurate count because it was stupid. It passed. It passed
300 the other night.
Yeah, it did. It did. It's It is at let's see, right now 358.
Hell yeah!
And the
And
cancel.
I helped.
Yes, you did. That's when Sal edited for me. He did. He did
way.
some of the editing. Yeah, the jokes. He did the jokes on there because all I did was I laid out the voice work. I did the video and imaging, and he was gonna he's gonna put some punchlines and stuff. And I said, yeah, man, do it up. So fuck yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
awesome.
yeah, man, he made it. He really put a nice touch on it. But yeah, that one's at 358, and that Arrowverse cancel one was that one was the front runner. That's at 314 now, and the other one's at 358. The Punky Brewster one's at like 785 right now.
God bless.
That fucking old one I did in January, dude.
Hell yeah.
It's still picking up views, which is hilarious. But yeah, I just thought that was funny.
You need to make another one, but do like DreamWorks characters or Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon characters or whatever.
I've got a few. It's crazy because like I want to do. Oh fuck! I don't want to. I'm just getting off on a tangent here. Never mind.
Family Guy moms with dump truck asses.
Yeah, don't get me on a tangent about cartoon characters I want to bang.
Well, I think we'll leave it at that tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So, everybody in the chat, Keely Chow, Franchise History TV, Flair X, The Men's Room, thank you very much for joining us, guys. We will be back in a couple weeks with another episode. Make sure you go and subscribe to Etep Wokuian, the place to be reviews, and 2 Cents Toys. 2 Cents Toys just hit the 800 mark today or tonight.
That's true.
Keep at it, Sal.
Yes,
You're
sir.
doing really good with that.
The snow speeder video is now at 30,800 views.
Holy shit, dude! That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Everybody go check out that video, share it, and go check out his other
like.
videos.
that ship is beautiful too.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's a cool fucking toy, man.
Yeah,
They need to come out with some more ships like that. But
That's
I
what
want
I
a
say.
6-inch scale at.
Oh, I don't. If I did my math correctly, I'm pretty sure a 6-inch scale AT-AT is like between 6 and 7 feet tall. But the thing is, a lot of people don't realize. Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people don't realize is that the AT-AT was never true to scale anyway.
Yeah,
Like it was shrunk down considerably. So same thing with like the Millennium Falcon. Like none of those ships were true 3 3/4 scale. They were shrunk down considerably. People are like, if you got it in 6-inch scale, it'd be this big. I'm like, I think you're thinking of something else. Like I'm not talking like true 6-inch. I'm talking like just scaled enough for them to sit in like the head of the AT-AT and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the closest thing you can get now, I think it was called the Legacy Collection at that time, which is now the Vintage Collection is a Legacy Collection AT-AT, and that thing's like, it's big. It's the size of a dog. It's bigger. It's probably bigger than Meech.
I need one of those.
No.
I need one. Dude, I fucked up. Jared from the wrestling show, the now defunct wrestling show, is he had one lined up for me, and I never fucking picked it up, and I don't even know why, and it makes me so mad.
Oh yeah, dude, it's killer. Like it's probably next to like I don't know. Some days I'd say it's my favorite ship that I own, but then I'm like, well, I really like my Shadow of the Empire, Slave One. I really like the Snow Speeder, but it's a hell of a piece because you can fit like unless you just cram them in there, but I think there's like foot pegs and seats for like 5 or 6 figures in the head of the AT-AT. There's like different layers with railings on the inside. You can fit a speeder bike in the back that actually ejects out and shit.
It's fucking sweet.
Yeah, it is. It's fucking. It's got all these like electronics. Like it's got in the head of the AT-AT, it's got like this little map with lights on it that light up and stuff. And
oh hell yeah!
Yeah, it's killer. But anyway.
But yeah, guys, go subscribe to them and also hit the subscribe button to Goober Brothers Entertainment. I'm going to be coming out with a video soon. I'll be making a car video. So my buddy Thomas is pretty busy right now. So we're going to be doing a show coming up soon. I think he mentioned Friday. I'm not sure. So I'll get in touch with him tonight. But yeah, everybody, thanks for listening. And if you're listening on the the replay. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, everybody, and hail the Phantom Menace.